everyone. So today it is the 3rd of June and I want to talk to you about the Black Lives Matter movement. So I know that a lot of my audience is white Europeans. I know that not all of you are, but I know that a big percentage of you are. People who live lives like me and who look like me and who can resonate with me. And so I want to speak to you because I know that the Black members of my audience and a lot of the people of color in my audience already are in the loop of this and know a lot of the things that I'm going to say. So, dear fellow white person, I'm talking to you in this situation. First of all, if you do not know, there's been a lot of media attention and social media attention around the Black Lives Matter movement and protests in 50 American states this far, but also in other countries, all sparked by the brutal murder of George Floyd. This is not my time to center my voice at all, but it is my time to boost other people and to boost and share resources that you fellow white people can use. So think of it like this, okay? There are 3 people on stage. One person has a microphone that's been muted and they're trying to speak. The audience cannot hear them. Maybe the people right at the front of the stage can hear their normal speaking voice. And then there's a person who has a microphone that's at like 40% volume, right? And then there's someone who has not only a microphone but also a megaphone speaking into the microphone. And in this quickly put together metaphor, we have a Black community that is structurally not listened to. And then we have other disadvantaged groups, non-Black people of color, who maybe have more of a voice than Black people, but who are still disadvantaged, who are still played down, who are still censored and gaslit and not believed. And then we have white people who not only have a microphone, but also a megaphone speaking into that microphone. I know that because of the white supremacist global society that we live in, my voice is inherently listened more to. My points are inherently more believable. And so that is why I am speaking to you today to tell you to listen to Black people. Listen to them and donate and share where people can donate. There is an incredible video that I will link that you can stream, and they were going to donate the ad revenue. That is a way to support with money without paying out of your own pocket if you are not able to. But I implore you to sit down and to look inside yourself. How are you reacting in this situation as a white person? Because part of the concept of white fragility that I find really helpful to keep myself in check and accountable is that white fragility is a system that upholds white supremacy. And one of the reasons it's so difficult for white people to talk about race is that we get trapped in guilt about it and see it as this individualized thing, which individual people also are agents of white supremacy. But when you are passive, when you're not racist but you're not anti-racist, the system still acts on your behalf. So it is not enough to not be racist. And to be stopped by feelings of guilt, of defensiveness, of, oh, but I am doing enough, or I'm one of the good ones, or they're asking too much of me. I understand where those feelings come from. I have gone through different emotions of my own. And so I'm saying to you, I understand, and I think you should feel that, and then ask yourself critically and do the reflection of, why am I feeling this way? What is it serving? What system is it a part of? Because it is a manifestation of white supremacy, because it holds you within the system. It pacifies you. And it has pacified me and people, white people that I love. We all need to do better. We all need to donate and to sign petitions. If you are in America, you probably already know the resources of who to write and who to call. And I want to say to my fellow white Northern Europeans that this is not just an American thing. This is a global system. And there are so many resources, and I'm going to share some of them. And I'm also going to commit to doing the work on my own. And I'm also going to share reflections as a way of calling in fellow white people and doing some of the work. Your attention is a resource, and who you're paying attention to says something. So I am using my platform and my white privilege, my voice here, to tell you to listen to me when I tell you to listen to Black people. I'm going to list a lot of resources in my description, and I implore you and I demand of you to not skim over them. To set time and attention aside to look into these things. To donate if you're able, to watch the video that I mentioned earlier if you're not, to read the free PDFs or buy the books, and to broaden your horizon and also do introspective work in this. And then of course also attend the protests and protect the Black people who are there. Use your inherent privilege in that you are not going to be bodily harmed in this situation, in the protests. Use that to your advantage, to the movement's advantage, and to Black people's safety's advantage. You're exhausted from hearing about this. Maybe you are, or maybe you aren't, but it's taking up some attention. And if it's not, then I think you need to reevaluate who you're listening to, who you're following, what news you're watching. But if you are exhausted, listen, I hear you, but the thing is, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, as white people, it is part of our privilege, and it is an addition to the system when we choose to disengage, when we choose to take time off for some, you know, cute selfies and outfit of the day videos that are gonna take our minds off things, you know, because Black people cannot take their minds off this. It is their daily physical, emotional reality that stretches back literal decades. So I understand, but take a step back and view the perspective of this. I am not perfect. All of the things I'm saying right now are inspired by posts that have taught me a lot, and a lot of those posts have been originally stated by Black people and also non-Black people of color. And so again, I'm going to list and reference what I've learned a lot from, and what I have learned that we should all look into. And that is all I expect of you to do this. And to my Black audience, I know that this is a really emotionally draining time, and I see you and I care for you, and I promise to commit to do better and to implore others to do better, to educate and to donate and to internalize anti-racism, active anti-racism. So thank you all for watching, and I will keep you updated if something happens, if I learn more that I want to add to this conversation. All right.